Hello girls, how are you doing? I hope you're doing great. So I'm making this video specifically for the girls who already can understand English, that already studied English, but for some reason, when you want to speak, when you have to go to a meeting, or when you have to do a job interview, you feel blocked. You feel like there's nothing you can do about it and you just can't communicate in English. So what I want to say to you right now is that maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe English is not the reason why you can't communicate in those meetings or in those calls or in those interviews. Maybe it's just something that you've been blocking inside yourself, and that's way bigger than just an English problem, because when you study English, it's like grammar, vocabulary, and it's not that focused on your expression in your communication. And maybe when you speak English, or when you try to speak English, those fears just become louder and then you feel blocked. But I really believe that the reason that you feel blocked in English is the same reason that maybe is blocking you from cutting your bangs, or from wearing a red lipstick that you like, or to going to the cinema by yourself, or just doing what you want. Maybe you've lost something inside yourself and you're putting all the blame in the English, but it's not that simple. So in this video, I wanted to invite you to pay attention to the way you communicate, to the way that you talk to yourself inside of your head, especially when you speak in English. And don't judge yourself, but just pay attention. If you're being kind to yourself, if you're being fair to yourself, and whatever you find out, don't be scared of it, because it's something that you can change. We can always change. And especially when it comes to communication, we have a lot of tools that are very easy and simple, but that make a huge difference. I've been studying these tools for around 5 years, and they really changed my life. They improved my confidence, and I started learning them because I was an English teacher. I worked as an English teacher, and this helped me and my students. But after I found out about all of this, my life changed, and I decided that I wanted to help people in a wider way, not just with English, because I really feel that we have the powerful to transform our lives, to become better version of ourselves, and using English as a tool for that is kind of something that makes me spark. So one really simple exercise that you can start doing by yourself is recording yourself, introducing yourself. So that's something very, very, very simple, but I feel like whenever we try to introduce ourselves, we question who we are, and that's my point. So I wanted to introduce yourself to yourself and see what insights you have. And also I wanted to write in a notebook an ideal version of that. So how would you like to introduce yourself? Would you like to introduce yourself in a joyful way? Would you like to introduce yourself in a serious way? How would you like to be perceived? Which version of yourself feels more authentic and interesting to you? And then you see the contrast and you compare, and you start thinking about ideas that could make you closer to this version that you imagine in your head. And if you want more ideas, if you want more insights towards English and communication, stay here, because we're gonna bring a lot of other interesting facts. And that's it. Thank you for being here, and see you around.